So the Divine Comedy, this is not the first book you might think of for a pro-vegetarian, pro-vegan message. However, there are some lines that are going to praise the abstinence of meat, and we're going to look at some of those that are occurring in the paradise of the Divine Comedy. So let's take a look. Hello everyone, welcome back to Therapticon. Today we're going to talk about a figure in Dante's Paradise who's found in the heaven of Saturn. His name is Saint Peter Damian. So what is this? What does he say? He says this about himself. He says, with food that only olive liquor, olive essence had seasoned, olive oil, I get sustained with ease, both heat and frost, content with my contemplative thoughts. So he's the most contemplative figure in this heaven. He was known for his asceticism. So this describes it, that he was content with just olive oil, as he calls it, liquor d'ulivi. So the sort of the like we said, liquid of olives, the essence of olives. So what is this saying? What does this mean? What does this imply? According to Singleton, pur concibi di liquor d'ulivi refers to Lenten food, Lenten fare, during the Lent season. So food seasoned only with olive oil, not animal fat, because we have to think people were eating butter, right? People were eating lard, things like that. That's what they were eating with their food as a condiment. But to season your food just with olive oil, that was considered something for the Lenten season, or as part of an ascetic monastic fast. But there's more. There's more. Exactly. This is basically saying the same thing. As he says, I nourished myself only with this liquor d'ulivi. Once again, great phrase. So this is a paraphrase for the. So as he says, according to Matalia, this is a beautiful, beautiful purposes. So he's saying once again that he seasons the vegetables or the legumes rather than meat. Again. So according to another author here, Rohrbacher, the diet of the monks was bread and water for 4 days out of the week. Vegetables, legumi. I don't know if that's like French referring to legume, vegetables, or to legumes. It's not clear. In Italian, it can be both. But I'm picturing it something more like fava beans. So, and then another 2 days. So basically, 4 days just bread, 2 days with legumes, and then one presumes sort of a better, as he says, a better dish for Sunday. But this is interesting. I mean, there's a lot of associations with the olive, right? Because according to Johannes de Saravalle, this olive essence, right, olive oil, floats above all the other liquids. So it's higher. It goes higher. It has a higher status, just like the sacred scriptures exceed all other knowledge, because the olive tree is consecrated to Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, right? Sacred theology is considered infallible, the highest wisdom. And then in the second place, olives mean peace, right? They refer to peace rather than war. This is what the sacred scripture intends, to pacify God by conversion. And then in the third place, olives are always green. Olive trees are always green. They don't lose their leaves, thus showing the perennial nature of the sacred scripture. So that's the idea. So there's a lot of associations just inherent in that word, olive. And the idea is from beef fat to olive oil. Still seen as a fast, more holy, ascetic, etc. So once again, even at this time, in the 1300s, it was considered better, it was considered more holy, it was considered more pure to eat plant-based food rather than kill animals. With that, I'll conclude. Got a few citations here, and see you all next time. Thank you very much.